This video will help you to navigate MyStatLab throughout your MA215 course. In order to access MyStatLab, you will be going through your Blackboard course. First thing is, of course, to click on Unit 1, and in that Chapter 1 folder, there are instructions here on how to set up MyStatLab. I'm not going to go through those instructions with you because there's a PDF for you to click on and it's fairly straightforward. Keep in mind that there is a temporary access code where you can have access to the course for 14 days, so if you are waiting for financial aid, please don't wait to get started on your course. After I've followed those instructions, I'm going to click on MyStatLab, and there are two options for getting into MyStatLab. The first is to click on All Assignments. I suggest not using that tab. This tab is fine as it does take you to all of your homework assignments and you can see that the due date will be listed for you. However, if instead I click on Course Home, notice that it's going to give me many more options. I can click on the Homework tab, which will take me to, of course, the same screen that I had before. Quizzes and Tests, which won't really come into play until the last week of your course. You can click on Study Plan, which is optional extra practice for you. It does not go into your grade at all. You can click on the gradebook, but really that's only going to show you the score that you've received on your homework, and it won't reflect your grade in your stats course as that is all housed in Blackboard. However, you will want to click on StatCrunch. StatCrunch is where we will do a lot of the calculating in our course. In order to get here, there's three ways to get to StatCrunch. This is one of them. So I click on StatCrunch and then visit the StatCrunch website and then open StatCrunch. So we'll get more into this later throughout your course, but that is one of the many ways to get to StatCrunch. I can also access my ebook here, click on the chapter contents. I can click on Tools for Success, which are just different things. This is also where you can get to StatCrunch, not one of the three ways I was talking about. I can click on Multimedia Library, which if I am stuck in, say, scatter plots, and I can see what sort of resources are available to me. And of course they give me StatCrunch and some animated things, so this is another place that you can look for help. And then of course the purchase options, which won't really matter to you because you'll purchase either through the bookstore or directly through Pearson. Once I'm ready to begin my homework, I of course can either click on Homework here on the course home page, or I can go to the Homework tab, click on Homework 1, and as you can see, the first page will give you all of the questions and how many points they are worth. Remember, each homework assignment is worth 20 points, so you'll have up to 20 questions. Notice that I've allowed unlimited attempts per question. So I'm going to click on whichever question I want to begin. And when I'm working on an assignment, and I'm just going to get things wrong on purpose here, it will give me a couple of options and then it will give me the final check. And notice I can click on Try Again and it will give me another version of that same question. So even if I don't get the question right the first time, it will give me a second shot to be able to come back in and try again and hopefully get it right the next time. I can also just click on Next Question and go to the next question. If I click this arrow, it will take me through the questions in order, and notice each question has an instructor tip, so I have aligned the questions that you have to the videos that I've created for the course, so it will tell you which video you should watch. If I have a specific question to work on, I can just click on this drop down and notice it's shown me that I've received full credit on question 1 and I don't have any other questions that I've attempted. Occasionally you will get a question where they have given you data and it might be helpful to be able to open that data in StatCrunch in order to do some of the things that you will learn how to do in StatCrunch. So on each question they have given me this little each question that includes data, they give you this little double window and if I click on that window, I can open the data in StatCrunch, I can copy it to my clipboard, or open in Excel. So if I open in StatCrunch, it will just open a new page that will have this data in StatCrunch, and then I can use any of the buttons that we will learn how to use up in the corners in order to do my statistical calculations. In the next several slides, I'm going to take you through the different options that are available to you in Homework Help. The one that people do or use the most often is the Help Me Solve This. Help Me Solve This is great as it will take you through step by step by step. Notice there are 33 parts remaining in the Help Me Solve This as opposed to 6 in the actual question. So it is going to make you work a little bit. When you finish a Help Me Solve This, it will take you back to your question, but it will have different values so that essentially you will have to do the question again using those different values. The only thing that is not great about the homework help or the Help Me Solve This question is that quite often it will say use technology to find whatever it is they're asking you to find. So they're assuming that you have watched the videos or have read the text and you understand how to use technology to find the value that they're looking for. Another option available to you in the homework help or question help is to click on your textbook. This will open a new page. So of course, because MyStatLab always opens new pages, please make sure that you have your pop-up blocker removed for any of these pages. But notice it's taken me to the chapter that the question covers. So I can read the chapter right from here, or of course if I have the hard copy or loose leaf version, I can also read it straight from there. Another option that is available to you is to use StatCrunch. So on this question in particular, we know we can access StatCrunch and the data directly from here. There will be questions where you will want to use StatCrunch where this option isn't available. So if I click on Question Help and StatCrunch, again it will open up a brand new page for me. I can get to some of the data sets over here, but really I'll just be using these buttons at the top. If you tend to do your homework using a pencil and paper, you are welcome to print these assignments. If you go to Question Help and Print, it will give me the option of printing this question only or printing the homework assignment. I can print either. If you're using the OneNote class notebook, you can print this and then send it to your OneNote class notebook. But again, that's an option that is available to you. Keep in mind, however, that it's going to print the initial question that it gives you. If you get that initial question wrong and you have to do a similar question or try again, it's going to change those values for you. And the last option that is available for you for help is to click on the Ask My Instructor. This is a really great option for you. So if you're really stuck, please click on Ask My Instructor. Notice it has whoever your professor is, it will have their email address here. It will include the section and the question. And when it sends me this email, it's going to send me a copy of the question that you're working on. So it's very important in this box that I would type, here is what I'm having the issue with, and then send. Notice in the email that I received from you, it gives me a link to your question and whatever text you've written here. So if I click on that link, it's going to take me to your exact question with your exact values, and it's going to let me interact with the question in the same way that you did in order for me to be able to see exactly the problem or issue that you're having. So please make sure that you utilize that to send either myself or whoever your instructor is any questions that you're really stuck on. Hopefully this has helped you a little bit to understand what is available to you in MyStatLab.